I wanted to start off tonight by asking the members of the Mo Sitiseni 24 to all stand up, please. All those involved who join us, please stand up. This is a group of people who come together at the beginning to make some success of this. The backbone of the community. Secondly, I'd like to first make a special mention and thank you to the one. They stepped up from day one and carried our message to Samoan communities throughout New Zealand and beyond, rallying the support. To all our community who stood up and marched in support of our message to all New Zealand. To all our community who stood up, I want to especially acknowledge Mayava Visikota and her team in Samoa 2003 with us and made significant names on the position we presented to the government in 2003. To all those who attended the first reading in Wellington, who witnessed the start of history being made. To Mayava Ulai Toma Blakelock, Dr. Lupi Matsila Mistoke Malani Anae, Dr. Tsama Tsamasailos Suali, for the papers they produced and delivered to the Select Committee as part of the Mau presentation. We will be forever grateful for the huge research effort and determination from Luman Vao Katalina Sapolo. Yes. From day one, offering her services all the way from London, free to support this cause. People left the Select Committee speechless. They knew if we don't get success, there's another fight coming with an army of young Samoan lawyers that will support Luman Vao in the future. Winston Peters, New Zealand First, and David Seymour of ACT, who both responded positively to the letter I sent to all MPs on behalf of the Mo to support us to a Select Committee process. I had a chat with Winston last Saturday as I wanted him to come here and surprise you all this evening. Unfortunately, he's at the UN and he spoke today. Samoa's head of state, Niu Sila. The Honourable Anae Kenny and Mary, who planned on being here this evening, but are well at the moment. Supporters, who's in Samoa but donated, is able to be here with us this evening. I want to acknowledge Fono Tituala, who passed away during this journey. He was one of our first on board, and I remember his last words at a function: "We are going to win this." And then I got to Tiana, to Yona. Getting a private member's bill drawn from the tin can is like winning $40 million lotto ticket. It's a very difficult thing to do, and we all know what it's like. And we celebrated that, and immediately we breathed life. And he's not only our hero for reopening the door, he's the Green Party's Olympic gold medalist with what he's done. Tonight is a special evening as we anticipate a favourable outcome. I would briefly remind you of the history of one of the most racist actions the New Zealand government took against a group of people through the New Zealand judicial system and lost. They were determined they were right and got the support of Samoans in New Zealand to raise the 60,000 plus to proceed. This was led by Paula Masoya and others in Wellington. And only recently, council based in London, presided by 5 law lords, overnight concluded Samoans born between 1924 and the 31st of December 1948 and their children were all British subjects. And when the British Nationality and New Zealand Citizenship Act of 1940 came in, they automatically became New Zealand citizens. Rob Muldoon summoned Samoa's Prime Minister Korone to Wellington, accompanied by Maiava Ulaitomo, Secretary to Government. I told Muldoon, Samoa accepts the Privy Council decision. Muldoon rejected it, supported by Labour opposition leader David Long. 24th of August 82, the Citizenship Western Samoa Bill introduced to Parliament and passed quickly. Everyone accepted it as a done deal. If I had let Samoa down, I hope you know now, he didn't. I entered Parliament in 1996 as a nationalist MP. Many times on Samoa Capital Radio, which I spoke on weekly, people raised this and asked, what are you going to do about this? I started researching and came to the conclusion we had been dealt a raw deal at the time. In 1997, I had the late Dr. Parton address the National Party caucus that New Zealand had done the wrong thing and we should sort it out. And I've touched on the work that Maiava Scott has done in Samoa during that time. I can recall the faces of many old people in Samoa and New Zealand staunch to get a positive result. No longer with us. In 2003 was Labour government led by Anae Arthur Anae, who had her own petition supporting Samoan people in 1982. The thing through before New Zealand adds another sorry chapter to its sordid history of dealings with Samoa. Labour never supported us. Dr. Barton and I started planning to take our case to the International Human Rights Courts. It was going to be an expensive exercise. Unfortunately, Dr. Barton passed away, leaving me on my own with no other legal support, prepared to make the sacrifice and help us. I've waited a long time for the next opportunity. 2022, I think it was, another bill was drawn out of thin can. I made contact with him immediately, and Pacific Media Network interviewed me numerous times, and the MO 2024 was set up. The battle was to get this past the first reading to the select committee process. This unfairness has to go to the select committee and be sorted out. National who opposed us never thought this was going to happen. We went to Samoa and started work over 4 days to get submissions in and got over 10,000 out of Samoa. In total, over 25,000 submissions were received. I believe one of the largest to a select committee. We had 4 days of submission. Where are we now? The select committee must report to Parliament by 10 October. It looks like 23 October could be the second reading, and we need to be ready to go to Wellington. The meeting has been done. A solution has to be found. Let's all pray for the right one. Message from Dr. Sessi when we were in Samoa, and he was very keen in supporting us. So, please wait.